An old saying goes, preparation breeds success. Another one says, if you don't have your health, you have nothing. So why don't we prepare for our healthcare decisions?
The average American consumer spends 10 hours researching a car, 2 hours researching a flat screen TV, and 15 minutes on healthcare.
That's Seth Denson, author of The Cure, and apparently this kind of consumer indifference only happens when you're drunk shopping on Amazon or when you're going to see the doctor.
Nobody fills up the cart in the grocery store and then checks out without realizing what it is that they're buying.
Tried it once, don't recommend it. 7 cans of beets? But just like a fool and his money are soon parted, old sayings can be handy reminders when shopping for healthcare. For starters, like Pops always said, cash is king. Not the king, that's Elvis. Cash is just a king.
I recommend that everybody ask what the cash price is. And it's important that you ask that first, because they likely won't tell you the cash price once they know what insurance company you're going to use.
It's almost certain that those two prices will be different.
Perfect example, recently I had to go in for a chest x-ray, and I asked when I walked in, what is the chest x-ray going to cost me if I pay cash? And they said $55. I handed over my insurance ID card. They handed it back to me and said that's going to be $127. Wait a minute. You just told me it was $55. They said, well, that was before you used your insurance.
If a medical practice can squeeze more money out of the insurance company than the cash price market will bear, they're not dummies. They'll go for it. And if, like a lot of Americans, you have a high deductible plan, keep this matzo ball in mind.
Less than 10% of our population ever hits their deductible on an annual basis.
So if you're paying 100% of your medical costs until you hit your deductible, and statistically there's a 90% chance you'll never hit your deductible in any given year anyway, it's less money out of your pocket to pay the cash price, even if they tell you that taking the cash price means it won't go toward your deductible. This is what HSAs and flexible spending accounts were made for.
Consumers can utilize their HSA dollars for any qualified expense, whether you utilized your insurance for that expense or not.
This isn't one-size-fits-all advice. Some people want to hit their deductibles, maybe to get a long-delayed procedure that's considered elective. I'm looking at you, deviated septum. The next old saying that pertains to healthcare charges, the devil's in the details, so
don't just get a summary that says you owe this, rather ask for the itemized bill of everything and review it.
Check the bill for accuracy.
Studies have shown that there are numerous mistakes regularly made on healthcare bills.
The last old saying to apply to healthcare, keep your friends close and your enemies out of network, or out of network is the enemy. Look, not all of these are perfect fits.
Request and all but demand that anyone that's going to be talking to you be in network with your insurance provider.
Just having an out-of-network person walk into your room and check your chart, or even just stand there while someone else does a procedure, can cost you thousands.
Part of being in network means that I, as a provider, have agreed to only charge set amount. If I'm out of network, there's no agreement and there's no cap. I can charge whatever I want.
So be vocal and insist on seeing only in-network people. So don't bleed money. Old sayings that save are at the top of the list.